I was watching this dude one day, and I seen him go into this aisle, and in the aisle was a rocket cart. And on the rocket cart was a brake pack box with a lot of miscellaneous stuff in it. And then on top of the rocket cart was a Gemini scanner. And so he picks up the Gemini scanner. He starts uh, messing around with it, thinking it's some type of phone or tablet. And he takes the Gemini. So I follow him. He walks out GM doors, gets right outside the doors, right before the parking lot. I make the stop. I tell him he needs to come with me to the office. He complied. He cooperated. He cooperated. He came with me to the office. I got his name, date of birth, ID, all that good stuff. First, I called the police because I'm most definitely going to prosecute. At the very least, I'm going to trespass. Now, once the police got there, I called the store manager on the walkie, told him to come to the office. I asked him, how much did the store pay for these Geminis individually? Because I'm trying to get the dollar amount. So he didn't know right off the bat how much the store paid for each Gemini. So he had to go back to his office, give some information. He came back with the dollar amount, and I'm telling you, the dollar amount was hefty. It was over $2,000, right? So I hit him with that $2,000. It was a little bit more, but it was $2,000, and he got prosecuted. He got trespassed, and he ended up going to jail. So from that day, it taught me that even outside of groceries and general merchandise, that if somebody comes into the store and they decide to steal our Gemini's alpha key, anything like that, that we can still make an apprehension on that, and we can hold them accountable. Just because you don't know how to do some things, don't let that deter you from making a good apprehension, for real. Because like I said, that was my first time making an apprehension involving something like that. But I did know I had all of my elements. I had the selection. I got him going out the store for it. I'm paid. He did steal it. So at this point, all I needed to figure out was the dollar amount. And once I got the dollar amount, case closed. Period. You feel me? So when we out there walking the floor and we doing what we do, we got to observe these little things like that. And when we walk on the floor, we got to make sure that the associates aren't like leaving things that they not supposed to be leaving unattended, like rocket carts with brake packs with miscellaneous stuff in it that could involve high theft merchandise, Gemini's keys, alpha keys. You feel me? Like all that stuff has to be protected. Like I told y'all in previous video, like if an associate or a manager loses keys, that whole store has to be rekeyed. They got to go change all the locks and rekey that whole store, which costs a lot of money, which comes out of the bonus. If somebody goes to the register and they cut off one of the alpha keys, now they have access to high theft merchandise. They can easily, if they know how to use it, they can easily get that spider wrap off. They can easily get box keepers open. They can easily unlock lock and peg hooks with all the, Xbox and PS5 controllers. And we could take a huge loss just by one simple mistake. You feel me? And so when we are walking the floor, y'all got to be observant of everything. You got to make everything your business. Make everything your business. If you a nosy person, this is the perfect job for you, because this job entitles us to be in everybody's business. If you are in the store, if it's something that's going on inside of the store on the property, it is our business. You feel me? If something is going on in the parking lot, we got to make it our business. If somebody's camping in the parking lot, we got to be on that. You know what I mean? So going forward, be on the lookout for, now it's not common, but be on the lookout for things like this, rocket carts being unattended, and then find whoever is responsible for that rocket cart and just let them know that they can't leave certain things unattended. You feel me? Now, if it's just general merchandise, it's just some overstock merchandise, then that's cool. But if you got a rocket cart and If you find a rocket cart and there is high theft merchandise on it, or there's something of value that can be stolen off of that rocket cart, you need to get in contact with whoever is running that rocket cart and let them know that they can't leave that rocket cart unattended. If they tell you something like, "Oh, I was just going to the next aisle, and I was going to be right back," well, that rocket cart need to go with you to the next aisle. That's why it has a handle and four wheels on it, so you can roll it around. You feel me? So use it. So with that being said, Eagle family, all my APAs out there, be on the lookout for these type of things. Now it's not common for people to come in and steal Geminis, but it is possible. So like I say, y'all, understand the game that if the opportunity presents itself, these shoplifters, these boosters will take advantage, even if it is a small window. Me personally, I like the shoplifters. I like the boosters that come in and they in and out. I'm talking about less than 5 minutes. You feel me? Those are those type of apprehensions I like. I do not like apprehensions where I gotta follow somebody for 2, 3, 4+ hours. You know what I mean? Like the most I've watched somebody for a full 7 hours for a whole shift. You feel me? And I won't even say I did. My team watched somebody for a whole 7 hours. Somebody that was in the motor cart, and I couldn't do it. 7 hours. Look, after a few hours, if I'm on to you, you doing some sketchy stuff, I'm just gonna kick you out of the store. I'm not about to sit here and waste my whole shift watching one person. But my team ended up getting that person, so it was a win. But for them to sit there all day and wait for that apprehension, it was just crazy. And the fact that people actually come into the store and like to shop for that long, oh, just it shocks me. It blows my mind because I like to get in and get out. You got people that like to live in the store. You feel me? So with that being said, Eagle family, make sure when y'all are walking the floor, you got your eyes open, you got your ears open, and you looking out for these cues and these signs that these shoplifters is giving out. Because if you missing what they putting out, you're gonna miss out on the apprehension. You feel me? Now, understand that when it comes to the assets of the store, everything in the store, from the doors to the tables to the chairs, all that we are responsible for. So if somebody coming in there acting like they ain't got no sense, at the very least, you could trespass them. At the very least, you could trespass them for any reason. In this line of work, when it comes to shoplifters, externally and internally, like you are going to catch people that you wouldn't even thought would steal. People that you even think about, you're gonna be catching stealing. You know what I'm saying? Regulars to internal associates, especially internals, because of their circumstances. You got single parents in there. You got people that's trying to make it day by day, trying to make it to their next check. They was depending on that bonus. Now we're not getting the bonus for whatever reason, because of accident claims, because of theft, whatever the case may be. So one thing you got to do is listen. And when people start to tell you what they're going through, sometimes that is a telltale sign that they are a possible shoplifter. Sometimes people that are in those type of situations make bad decisions, and they are going to be possible internals. And you know, sometimes that's just the way it is. We are not there to judge. We are there to get the merchandise back, and that's it. Nothing more, nothing less. We're not there to judge nobody. You feel me? Like me personally, I've been in a lot of situations that people tell me about. I've been homeless. I've had to, sleep in the dark. You know what I'm saying? I slept in the cold. I've been homeless. Like, I've been there, done that. So I can relate to people a lot more than other people can. So that's why I tell y'all, man, like, look, go in there, get the merchandise back. That's it. Be respectful. Don't talk down on them. Don't talk bad to them. Show them the utmost respect. You feel me? Because we don't know why people do what they do. Now, these boosters, on the other hand, that's a different type of story. Boosters are being paid to come in and get certain types of, merchandise because they have a list that they go off of. So them, I'm coming in hard, fast, hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at them raw. And a lot of the time they're gonna be verbally aggressive, but I'm gonna meet them at their energy level, and I'm gonna let them know who really got the authority in the store. Because at the end of the day, like I tell y'all, you let them feel like they got more authority than you, it's gonna give them the confidence to keep coming in there and trying to bully you. So you gotta set the tone right off the back and let them know who running things in there. Real talk, especially in today's era. Especially in today's era. We can't be sitting here being nice because the judges and the laws is being nice to them. No, there's some of these companies that's not playing that. You know what I mean? You got small businesses that's taking losses because of these petty laws and these judges slapping these people on the wrist. You feel me? So, we got to get creative on how we going to make apprehensions, how we going to safely make these apprehensions and hold people accountable. So with that being said, I want to thank the Eagle family for tapping in. Thanks for showing y'all support. It's your boy, Eagle Eye Miller. Till next time, raw and unscripted.